Here's the result for the guy you filled out the survey for. He gets a C+. plus. This guy is rather so-so. Not too good, not too bad. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you. Things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10-dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10-dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He is not just all talk, he works very hard and stays focused on his goals, so you can expect him to make real progress in his career. He likes things to be done well and on time, and he won't shy away from taking charge or making tough decisions. Still, his energy and drive will push him ahead most of the time.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he tends to react strongly, sometimes getting angry or frustrated pretty quickly. He might raise his voice or blame others when stressed rather than quietly stepping back to calm down. He doesn't like setbacks, but his determination keeps him moving forward.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
At work, people may respect his hard work and ambition, but he often struggles with getting along with others. His blunt way of speaking and strong opinions can lead to arguments or hurt feelings, especially when things get heated. It's common for him to have conflicts with teammates or seem distant.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you do really well in your career, you'll probably see both sides of him. He will be happy for you and show real excitement for your success, often cheering you on in his own energetic way. While he does care, his own pride can sometimes get in the way.
What if you start earning more than him?
If you earn more than him, it's likely he will feel uncomfortable about it and may even struggle with resentment. He wants to be seen as achieving and successful, so your higher earnings could make him feel less important or frustrated, even if he doesn't say it out loud. Instead of celebrating your success, he could see it as a challenge to his own worth.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He is quite careful with money and likes things to be organized and planned. Before making big purchases or spending on something special, he will usually think it through and check if everything is in order. He prefers things to be steady and predictable when it comes to finances.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He mostly lives within his means and doesn't try to show off or act richer than he is. He knows how to manage his money well and likes things to be in order, so he won't go out of his way to impress others with expensive things he can't afford. With him, you can expect honesty and practicality when it comes to money matters.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He is warm hearted and generous with people he truly cares about, like close family and friends. If someone he loves needs help, he will do what he can, even if it means rearranging his plans. But in general, he is careful and prefers not to waste money or resources.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He prefers to be straightforward about money matters, and he usually keeps things clear and in order. You can expect him to talk honestly about finances, making sure everyone knows where things stand. This could feel a bit controlling at times, especially if you want to do things differently.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He believes that everything at home, including housework, should run smoothly and be well organized. While he may help out when things need to get done, in his mind, he might see certain tasks, especially those he thinks of as women's work, as your responsibility. He won't just ignore mess or let things slide, but don't expect him to jump in eagerly or share all chores equally without being asked.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He likes things to be neat and done right, but when it comes to chores and taking care of the baby, he might act more like a boss than a helper. He will probably tell you how things should be done, pointing out if something is missed, but doesn't always step in and do the work himself. If you want him to do his part, you'll need to be clear and ask directly, as he's not likely to take initiative on his own.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
Most of the time, he will argue to prove he's right rather than truly trying to see your side. When there's a disagreement, he quickly becomes firm in his view and can get loud or emotional if he feels challenged. He may interrupt or dismiss your feelings instead of patiently listening.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he can easily lose his cool and say things that are sharp or hurtful. He doesn't always hold back his words and might raise his voice or get very blunt. His emotions tend to take over, and he may forget to think about how his words or actions make you feel.
Does he have a bad temper?
Yes, he gets angry quickly and doesn't hide it. Small things can set him off, and his reactions are often loud or sharp. You deserve peace and respect at home.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
It's hard for him to admit when he's wrong or say sorry, even if he's hurt your feelings. He tends to blame others for problems or make excuses instead of taking responsibility. A healthy relationship needs both partners to own up to mistakes.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
He is strong willed and sometimes struggles to accept it when things don't go his way. If you set a clear boundary or say no, he might push back, question your reasons, or try to convince you to change your mind. Your comfort and consent should always matter.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
Yes, he is likely to take it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. Instead of understanding that you may just need space or rest, he might react with hurt feelings, become moody, or even act annoyed. Over time, this can make you feel pressured or guilty for saying no, which is unfair to you.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
He is capable of showing warmth and kindness during private moments, especially when he cares deeply about someone. However, because he can be quick tempered and sometimes acts out when upset, there is a risk that he might use personal details or sensitive moments against you during an argument. True intimacy should always feel safe, not like something that could harm you later.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is passionate and energetic, which means he attracts attention and enjoys being noticed. While he can be loyal if he deeply values the relationship, his strong emotions and need for excitement may sometimes make him curious about other women or outside attention. If faithfulness and trust are important to you, watch how he behaves around others and how he talks about commitment.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
Yes, he is likely to act over possessive and may show jealousy or controlling behavior. He might question who you talk to, check where you are, or get upset if you spend time with friends or colleagues, especially other men. His strong emotions and quick temper can make these situations even harder.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
Yes, for him, what might look like protective behavior is more about being controlling than truly caring. He may say he worries about your safety, but really, he wants to decide where you go, who you see, and what you do. This can make you feel trapped, not loved.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He likes things to be organized and wants the household to run smoothly, but he often expects you to handle most of the day to day parenting and chores. He may step in for big moments or when he thinks things aren't being done right, often giving advice or critiquing, but not always rolling up his sleeves to help equally. While he will care about the children, he's likely to see parenting as your main responsibility.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he tends to lose his temper rather than stay calm. Small mistakes or misbehavior can trigger a quick, loud reaction. He might yell, scold harshly, or show his frustration openly. This can make children nervous about making mistakes or coming to him with problems.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He appreciates your efforts as a mother and expects you to keep things at home organized and running well. However, he may find it hard to fully support your dreams and identity outside motherhood, especially if he feels you're not paying enough attention to family duties. You may sometimes need to remind him that you have your own needs and ambitions and ask for the space to grow.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later after kids and marriage change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
Yes, he is the kind of man who might encourage your career at first, but then expect you to shift your focus to home and children once you become a mother. While he can seem supportive about your work in the beginning, his real priority is often keeping things traditional and organized at home. Don't ignore any signs that he expects you to give up your ambitions for the family's sake.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He is likely to be respectful but may not show much genuine warmth toward your parents. He will probably do what's expected, greet them properly, and follow basic manners when they visit, but his kindness may not go much deeper than that. You may feel he's doing his duty rather than forming a heartfelt bond. He is more likely to expect your family to adjust to his ways, rather than making the effort to fit in with them.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he's likely to get upset quickly and react strongly, which can make things worse instead of calming the situation. He may raise his voice, say something blunt, or even get into an argument instead of patiently working things out. This can leave you feeling stuck between him and your family.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you, but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
Yes, he is likely to show a modern side with you in private, but expect you to act like a traditional supportive wife when relatives are around. He may want you to dress modestly, follow family customs, and play the typical daughter in law role when guests or elders visit, even if he's more relaxed with you otherwise. You might feel pressure to hide parts of yourself or go along with rituals and routines just to keep peace in the family.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension with his family, he is more likely to stay out of it or even take their side rather than fully supporting you. He tends to avoid open conflicts with his parents or relatives, expecting you to adapt or handle things on your own. It's wise to think about how much this matters to you before moving forward.
Say you have a conflict with his mother, what will this guy do?
He is likely to have a strong sense of duty toward his mother and family traditions, which means he may act like a mummy's boy in certain situations. If there's a conflict between you and his mother, He will find it very hard to take your side openly. You may find yourself wishing for his support, but feeling like he's distant or neutral instead.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
He is likely to share details of your fights or private life with his mother or sister, especially if he feels upset or wants support. This means your personal moments may not stay just between the two of you, and family members might know more than you'd like about your struggles or disagreements. When this happens, it can create trust issues and lead to outside opinions weighing heavily on your relationship.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
Based on all of this analysis, this guy gets a C plus. This guy is so, not too good, not too bad, a bit mediocre. Day in and day out, being with this man means life feels structured, energetic, and well organized, but often on his terms. He brings drive, order, and can be passionately loving at times, but his quick temper, need to control, and blunt honesty can make home life stressful.